Panther people without the Carolina Panthers, they got an early Christmas present. They beat the Rams at home in the torrential downpour. The wild card chat, it's still on. We have not exited the chat. The Carolina Panthers, they played what we think should be Carolina Panther football. You rush the ball 40 freaking times for freaking 164 yards. It wasn't a lot. There was no game-breaking runs here. The longest run was really a catch and run from Chuba Hubbard, Canadian. You know, I eat crow here. He always does on the jugs machine after practice, before games. Guess what? That's his third receiving touchdown on the year. 35 yards to pay dirt to even up that game at 7 apiece. But the Panthers, Dave Canales, you know, we talk about how this is a developmental team, not just on the player side, but on the coach's side as well. Coach learning how to be the favorite, which they definitely were not in this game. Learning how to string together wins against actual legit opponents. Learning to come back from a disappointing loss. Case in point, Monday Night Football went, who was that team? And now you have a brand new challenge. Short week up against the NFL's best team, Super Bowl favorite, Matthew Stafford, surefire MVP, the MVP, Puka Nacua, an absolute beast, a crazy one-handed catch on Mike Jack, and friggin' the ageless wonder that is, I can't believe I forgot, Devontae Adams, who seemed to be out of the league and not doing anything with Vegas, not doing anything with the Jets, and here he is, reborn, back in California. He's a Fresno State guy, but either way, let's talk more about the Panthers. They showed grit, they showed growth, and that's the point of this team. The point of this team, and I've been saying this, is a developmental team. They're not a surefire Super Bowl team. They're not a surefire playoff team. They're learning on the job. Bryce Young is 24 years old. Shedeur Sanders, I think, is like a couple months younger than that. He is just a rookie now. Bryce Young is learning on the job. This team is learning on the job. And they don't have an identity. They haven't really cemented that identity and stuck to it. You know, now it seems like at least this should show this team. And hopefully it wasn't just dictated by the weather, because the weather was football weather. That is fall playoff football weather in the East Coast. And it was raining, it was windy, but guess what? That forced the hand to play Panther football, and that is rushing 40 times. It was the first time I really felt like the tag team between Rico Dowdle and Chuba Hubbard actually worked. Like Rico Dowdle, 58 yards rushing. Chuba, 83 yards rushing, 4.9, 3.2 yards per carry, respectively. Chuba Hubbard, 41 yards, receiving 35 on that catch and run for the touchdown. Rico Dowdle, 21 yards. You know, a crucial first down run for him, coming out of the flat, catching that ball. Both guys, again, both 1,000-yard rushers, they played like it today. Their postseason was on the line. And I really would like to hope that Dave Canales has learned something. Edgar Samingo Jr., friend of the show, was on the last show, he texted me, say, hey, Canales is learning. He is learning. You got to focus on the run. Now, would this have been a different game if they were in Compton, taking on the LA Rams in LA in their dome and controlled environment where there's zero elements? Completely different game. They would have aired it out all over the damn place. Maybe they would have too. Who knows? But they stuck to the game. This is what I want to see. Stick to the run. Good defense. Thieves Ave is back. Thieves Ave is 100% back. After a 3-interception day on primetime, you got a 2-interception day. Derek Brown swatting the ball in the air, picked off by Nick Scott, everyone's least favorite safety. But hey, he's been playing. He's been playing solid. He hasn't had too many muffs. And then you got Mike Jack with the pick six. When I saw the inactives, I saw J.C. Horn was out. I'm like, this could be a loss. This could be a loss. They got Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams. It's going to be a struggle. It's going to be a struggle. But guess what? Mike Jack took that challenge. He saw those mock drafts. Panthers picking a cornerback in round one. Not saying they shouldn't, but still. Pick six. Could not believe it. Giving the Panthers a 14-7 lead. Thieves Ave is back. Stout defense. Trevin Wallace, I didn't think we'd actually miss him. We missed him. And also in terms of defense, taking a look if the new pickup on defense did anything. Isaiah Simmons had one total tackle. Hey, he's contributing. We'll see what happens. But that's a 2020 redraft. We could do a completely different episode on in the offseason. But the Stout defense, Stout running game, offensive line, like their offensive line coach, he better get a raise or he's going to get a head coaching job at some point, because this is ridiculous what they're doing. The amount of injuries that this team has had on the offensive line, they still continue to deliver week in and week out. They give this team opportunities. But run game, defense, special teams was great. Etienne had a great return. It was brought back due to a penalty. That was a string of unfortunate events in that drive. But that's what you got to do. And have I said Bryce Young's name? I'm wearing his jersey backwards for a reason. He didn't make any mistakes in this game. 15 for 20, 206 yards. 10.3 yards average per pass, 3 touchdowns to Chuba, and then to our guy, Cokeheads, Jalen Coker. He's here. He's hitting midseason form right when they need to be. And then, of course, the best BFF duo in the NFC South. That's Tetra McMillan and Bryce Young. The Cali connection is something real, 100%. Even, in Carolina rain and wind, it is happening right now. And Bryce didn't make any mistakes. And the ball and the game wasn't put in his hands. Did I say 15 for 20? Not 39, not 40, not 35, 15 for 20. So 40 rushes, 20 passes. That's who he is right now. That's who he is. And it's not saying he can't pass. Clearly, he can pass over 10 yards per attempt per pass. In crucial fourth down situations, Jalen Coker, touchdown. Tetra McMillan, touchdown. He can air it out. He can do it. Game-sealing first down, again to Jalen Coker in the middle of the field. The middle of the field. Short quarterbacks can't see the middle of the field. Middle of the field, Jalen Coker, ice the game. It's done. It's a wrap. Panthers are 7-6, still firmly in the wild card spot. And that's what you want. He is not a truck. He's a trailer, and you got to carry him with your running game. Do not let Rico Dowdle go. Do not let him go. With Chuba Hubbard, and Etienne was there at times, but as those two guys, those are your two workhorses. Teams hope for situations like that. There must be something in the water in Carolina where they have a history of having two elite backs in the backfield. Steven Davis, Deshaun Foster, Williams, J. Stu, and now these guys. Keep them. Do not let Rico leave the building. I don't care if Jonathan Brooks is completely healthy. You keep that guy in the building. And then you got your defense playing the way it has. And Derek Brown is a Pro Bowler. He's an All-Pro. Even with J.C. Horn out, Thieves Ave is back. You do that, you're not asking Bryce to do a lot. And then the things that you're asking him to do on a consistent basis. Yes, he can blow up against Atlanta for 448, but on a consistent basis, don't put too much in his shoulders. Just have the other team so focused on stopping that run that you'll get guys like Jalen Coker, who's a big body receiver, who's got sneaky speed. You can find him. You can find Xavier. You can find Tetra McMillan, no doubt, with the backbreaker. Tetra McMillan, one catch, 43 yards with a go-ahead touchdown. Maybe the best rookie wide receiver, if not the best rookie wide receiver. Maybe the best ceiling in the National Football League right now. Who knows how long Baker Mayfield is going to be in Tampa with Emeka Ibuka, who's going to be throwing him the ball. The decision is still out on Bryce. I hate to say it. He's been inconsistent. If they won Monday Night Football and then they won this, then you 100% you give him the fifth-year option. I still think the most prudent thing is to give him that, but I don't want to talk about his future. I'm just saying, with that connection, with the age, with today in a vacuum, the way they played, he has to be maybe one of the best receiver ceiling guys right now in this rookie class, because who's going to be throwing him the football long term, and what he's done thus far as a rookie in clutch situations. Tetra McMillan is killing it. And it's also kind of awesome because the Los Angeles Rams were hot and heavy for Tetra McMillan during the draft. They called Dan Morgan, like, we want him. He was like, shut up, and then hung up the phone on them. This is also, I thought about this game as well. What's the scenario we keep talking about? Letting Bryce Young go. Where do we think he's going to eventually end up and then flourish? The Los Angeles Rams back home in SoCal. He played at Mater Day. Sean McVay is an absolute mad genius scientist. He's going to turn Bryce into something. That is the last thing we want to see. And was this a bit of an audition for him for the Rams? I hope not. I hope he can continue this, because now guess what? You got a bye week coming up. Then you go take on the New Orleans Saints, and then you take on the Bucks, Seahawks, Bucks. And at last check, the Seahawks and the Vikings with their second-string quarterback are still knotted up at 0 in Seattle. Robert Hunt might be back. Like, I know the offensive line, as I just mentioned, has been awesome with all the combinations, but Robert Hunt might be back. And you're going to go to New Orleans. You're going to have that on your mind, that this team beat you at home. You got to even up this series. And then you got Tampa and then the Seahawks in between at home. Maybe Sam Darnold gets a little crazy too. Like, he was in the MVP conversation at one point. So was Matt Stafford. Matt Stafford, he got shook. I don't know what happened. I don't know. Maybe he went to Noda the night before. They were maybe taking the team easy. Went to North Davidson. Maybe went to Queen and Cotton. Got 10% off t-shirt. This last day to do that. Maybe got a little nuts. Maybe he went to Sycamore Brewing. Got a little nuts with some IPAs. And he came out overlooking the Panthers. And there you go. Maybe Sam Darnold will come back. And he maybe also go to Sycamore Brewing. It's a sweet spot. I haven't been yet. I hope to go. If they want to sponsor this show, that'd be great too. Send us to a playoff game, because I think we're going to go. And then maybe he gets a little wild too. And then the Panthers defense gets after him. We know Sam sees ghosts. I'm just saying, this win was massive on multiple fronts. It's massive on a confidence point for Dave Canales, for Bryce Young, for Rico Dowdle, who is clearly emoted confusion as to the game plan against the San Francisco 49ers. It's great for Chuba. He says it's the first time he's actually felt like himself since his calf injury. That is great for the Panthers. Great for the defense. Thieves Avs continues. They're balling out. Trevin Wallace is back. Christian Roseman will eventually come back. You guys got depth in the cornerback position. Guys are coming up, stepping up. And also big for Dave Canales. We were asking, is he the right guy? He saw Ben Johnson in Chicago. You must have, with his tarp off out in the change room. I haven't seen yet if Canales is out there taking his shirt off. Let's do a quick check. But he probably saw that the Panthers are hot and heavy for Ben Johnson. Had his shirt off, get everyone all fired up on Thanksgiving after beating the Eagles. Warranted, absolutely warranted, but he still got a shirt on. I'm not seeing anything there. But it's big for him because we were all thinking, is he the guy? Is he the guy for this role? Does he have the temperament to do that after seeing what's happening in Chicago right now? Shout out to Ben Johnson. We wanted him. They tried, and he's steady. He's emotionally steady, and he's not steady as a play caller. That's for damn sure. But he's keeping this team steady as well. They are following his mannerisms. They're not too high, not too low. They came into this game. I don't know what they were said in the locker room, but they're up against a team who no one gave them a shot against, especially with JC Horn out. Literally nobody gave them a shot. But of course, Panther fans knew. In my last video, what did I say after that loss on Monday Night Football? They lose on Monday Night Football, absolute no-show in Northern California. We all knew. They're obviously going to beat the Rams now. You could check the tape. I said it. I didn't delete it. I didn't edit it. Of course the Panthers are going to beat the Rams. Of course they're going to beat the Rams. Because that's just what this team does. That's what an inconsistent young team does. But now you take a look at who they've beaten. They've beaten the Packers in Lambeau. They've beaten the Cowboys at Bank of America Stadium. And now they've beaten the Rams. If you're going to the playoffs, that's who you're going to play. Obviously, it's a different game. But you just look at those losses against the Cardinals. You look at those losses against the Saints. Narrow victories against the Jets, who just lost to the who just beat the Atlanta Falcons, by the way. It's a dumpster fire there. It just makes you wonder, what could this team actually be? And if they actually find some consistency, they could be a juggernaut. They are knocking at that door. So it's not just this season that this is so important. Keeping that wild card conversation open, keeping that division conversation open, but it's also in the offseason. You build and you continue to stack big wins, big performances. Hell, if they lost this game the way they've been playing, I'm okay with it. You take that into the bye week, and then you run all over the Saints, and you try to beat the Bucs at least once out of your two meetups. And then you take it to the Seahawks as well. You're up against the NFC's best team, maybe the NFL's best team right now. I would take that. But this is a win going into a bye week, and you would hope, and this is what I'm talking about, learning, they beat the Packers at Lambeau. They got that victory Monday, even though I know they go to work and all that. It's just kind of on their own time. It's a little bit more relaxed. And then they lost to the Saints at home. You can't have that. I hope they've learned from that experience. Okay, we beat a team nobody thought we were going to beat. Now we're going to start next week. Back to work. You get a bye week. Obviously, take some time. These guys are humans. It's a very long season. Go get your therapy. Go get your physical therapy. Go get your mental, as Bryce would probably pitch. Go to, Vero Beach. You go to Hilton Head. You go to Tampa or, Mexico for 2 days. Come back, recharge, and then get ready to go. Get ready to go, and it's back to work up against the Saints. You cannot lose 2 straight. You cannot get swept by the Saints. You cannot sweep the Falcons and then get swept by the Saints in the same year if you want to be a serious team. You got to do it. And if you get Robert Hunt back, you get Christian Roseman back, you're going to get JC Horn back. This is serious. This is what we wanted. This is what we want. They're playing meaningful December games. Last year was great. They were playing spoiler all last December. This year, their team trying to make it to the playoffs. And I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. Let me know in the comments below. How do you guys feel? Shout out defense. Thieves Ave is back. Canales, the running game. Do not deviate. Don't get cute. I like this. 20 passes, 40 rushes, 3 touchdowns still. For Bryce, everyone's happy. Everybody ate. And this is against no joke team. This is the Los Angeles Rams who are trying to win a Super Bowl. They should not be overlooking anybody. They gave the Panthers their all. You saw what Puka Nacua did there. You saw what Devontae Adams did there. Their defense was playing stout. They got to Bryce a couple times. They're playing. They're playing. You can't not play. And so, can't not play. Either way, Panthers 7-6. The wild card's alive. The division's alive. Oh boy, it's going to be a fun bye week. See you guys soon.